There have been a lot of people that have received visions and revelation concerning Barack Obama in the past. A lot of people have come out boldly to declare that Obama is the Antichrist. In one way or the other, I know you probably might have come across these messages that speaks about Barack Obama concerning who he is. Now, in this video, I want you to pay attention to something. There has been a confirmation of who Barack Obama is and what he plans to do in the coming days. This is a confession that he made in a revelation that was given to a dear sister. Now, this sister sent in this message a few days ago. I really had to wait on it to seek some clarity of it. Now, I'm going to share it out for you to also listen, and then I want you to listen carefully to whatever this sister is going to share in her revelation, and also let us seek discernment of the truth of this message. Now, by the grace of God, we are getting prepared towards our evangelism projects for the year 2025. A few people have sent in their request to join or volunteer to participate in our missionary projects in the year 2025. We are looking at going to the country of Philippines. We are looking at going to other countries as well. Last year, we were able to visit South Africa, Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, the US, and then the UK as well. This year, God is sending us to different parts of the world where we can go out there to share the gospel to our lost brothers and sisters. Now, wherever you are, if you are interested in joining our missionary projects, if you want to volunteer physically to join us, go out there to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ to save our lost brothers and sisters, just feel free to pick up the email address in the description section of the video and send in your details so that we can add you to our evangelism team. Now, if you are someone who is a lover of God's work and would want to support our missionary projects by sending in Bibles, we need Bibles to be sharing out to our brothers and sisters. When we go out there to preach the gospel to them, we share Bibles, gospel tracts, food items, clothing, health facilities to them by showing them some form of love as Jesus Christ has taught us to do. So if you would want to support us, if you have Bibles, if you have clothing, if you have food items, gospel tracts, and you would want to ship it to support our missionary project, just feel free to also pick up my email address and then send me a message and we will take it from there. If you do not have any physical item, but you would want to support our missionary through finances, you can pick up a link in the description section of the video where it will take you to our donation site where you can make a donation to support our missionary project. This really helps a lot as it will be able to equip us go out there to do the work of God. And I know God is richly going to bless you for doing this. During our missionary project, we try to find widows, orphans, and then support them in various ways, which will be able to help them to sustain their living. Okay, so God bless you for supporting this ministry. Whoever that has been able to support this ministry so far, God richly bless you wherever you are. All right, so please pay attention as I read the sister's message out to you.
Good day. Brother Joseph, my name is Tanis. Today being the 8th of February, 2025, I am sending you this experience I had on the 6th of February. Not in a bid to cause confusion, but to bring to light a secret concerning Barack Obama that the world is yet to know. I was shown his true identity in the other world of spirit through the confession he made, and God, through his mercies, also revealed to me his past and, most importantly, his plans for humanity. Some things I saw will require clarity. I seek those gifted in vision and dream interpretation to help shed more light on this. I never thought a dream could feel so real until when I had one recently. It was late at night. I think it was around 11:40 p.m. I slept late because I had to pack some stuff at home. I needed to travel the next morning. At first, everything was quiet and peaceful, but then something strange happened. I felt like someone had applied a magnet to my body, ripping my soul off. I was lifted into the air and was taken somewhere far, very far away. I wasn't in my room anymore. I wasn't even on Earth, or at least, it didn't feel like it. Everything around me was different now. I found myself standing in an open space. The ground beneath me wasn't like the ground we walked on every day. It was smooth, endless, almost glowing. Yet, I couldn't tell what it was made of. Above me, the sky stretched endlessly, but it wasn't blue, like the one I knew. It was golden, yet there was no sun. I looked around, but at that moment, to the best of my knowledge, I was completely alone. There were no houses, no trees, no streets, just an endless space. I tried to take a step, and strangely, I didn't feel the weight of my own body. It was as if I was moving without effort, like floating, but still standing on something. Based on my previous understanding, I thought I was alone in that strange place. But then I looked ahead this time around, and what I saw shocked me. There were people, not just a few, not even thousands, but more than I could ever count. They stretched as far as my eyes could see. Billions of men, women, and children stood together, side by side, filling the endless space. It was as if every human who had ever lived was gathered in one place. There were young and old, rich and poor, people from every nation and time. Some faces looked familiar, as if I had seen them in history books, while others were strangers, but no one spoke. No one moved. They all stood silently, waiting. I didn't hear a voice, but somehow I knew this was Judgment Day. Based on what I saw, the judgment did not begin with the wicked, nor with the powerful rulers of the earth. Instead, it started in the church. Everything played out like a video before me. I saw Christians stepping forward, pastors, preachers, and believers from every nation. They stood before the throne. Some looked confident, as if they had been waiting for this moment their whole lives, while others trembled, like they weren't prepared for this day to come. They were unable to lift their eyes. Then everything was revealed. It was as if a great book was opened, and their lives were laid bare for all to see. Their deeds, their words, even the secret thoughts of their hearts, nothing was hidden. Some were rewarded. I saw angels place crowns on their heads. They were welcomed with joy. But not everyone received a reward. I saw some who had called themselves Christians, but had lived in hypocrisy. Their works were tested, and many crumbled like ashes. Some had preached about righteousness, but had secretly lived in sin. Others had used the name of God for their own gain, deceiving people for power or money. After the Christians had been judged, a great shift took place. I saw the entire judgment turn to the leaders of the world. I saw kings, presidents, and rulers, both those who had lived long ago and those still alive. Their crowns, titles, and authority had been left behind. Now, they were just souls, like everyone else, standing before the Almighty Judge. Every decision they had made, every law they had passed, every promise they had broken, it was all laid bare. Some had ruled with justice and mercy, using their power to help the weak and protect the innocent. These were rewarded, and their faces shone with peace. But many others stood trembling. They had used their power for evil, oppressing people, waging wars for selfish gain, deceiving nations, and ruling with greed. Some had persecuted the church, silencing those who spoke the truth. Others had led millions into sin, legalizing what was wrong and calling it right. Among the leaders, I recognized Barack Obama. Immediately, he stepped forward for his judgment, and without a warning, the sky above turned dark. It stretched across the heavens, covering everything. The golden glow that had filled the space before was gone. I looked around, searching for answers, but no one knew what was happening. The judgment had been moving steadily, one soul after another, but now it was as if time itself had paused. Barack Obama was not as I had last seen him. He was older now, his hair completely gray. He reached the throne and stood before it. Then he spoke, saying, "My name is Barack Obama. I am 63 years old." The moment Obama said this, a mighty voice screamed out. I looked up and saw an angel, mighty and towering. This angel was very tall. His height could reach the sky from the earth. This is unlike anything I can describe. His very form radiated a brilliance that both burned and illuminated. His face was fierce, his eyes were blazing like fire, filled with authority beyond human comprehension. He spoke to Barack Obama loudly, saying, "Confess now." Immediately after he said that, Obama began speaking, which I will say he began to confess. This is all that I heard him say. I am the leader of the one world. I am averse to Christ. Immediately he said this. He was being dragged off the judgment throne. He was being taken away into a very thick and dark tunnel, but he was not finished. He continued to speak again. I could hear him from inside the tunnel saying this. I will persecute all Christians. I will finish what I started. I will restore what was undone. The world will return to my order. He kept saying this over and over again many times. I didn't know exactly what he meant at first, but then his next words made it clear. And I quote, I will restore LGBTQ laws. I will spread them across every nation. No one will be able to resist. It was as if he was not just talking about the past, but about what was still to come. To me, if I am to share my opinion on this was not just a man speaking. It was a force declaring its plans, setting its course, and making it known that nothing would stand in its way. But then he did not stop there. He declared again, saying, I will crush those who stand against me. The church will bow, or it will be destroyed. I am the son of the devil. No one can stop me, he declared. No man, no angels, not even God's people. Then suddenly, everything vanished. I was back in my bed. I was so tensed and shivering, not because of the confessions Barrack Obama had made, but because I was in line in the dream awaiting my judgment. In the dream, it felt like I wasn't ready. I covered my face, and my hands were shaking as I tried to steady my breath. I sat up and woke my husband up and informed him of what I saw. Was it just a dream? It had felt too real, too vivid, too powerful to be a simple dream. Brothers and sisters, the vision I have shared is not one to be taken lightly. Whether it was a direct prophecy of what is to come or a warning about the spiritual battle already at hand, one thing is certain, we must wake up. Too many Christians today are asleep, distracted by the comforts of life, unaware of the great battle raging around us. But the time for ignorance is over. We must prepare. We must stand firm.
All right. Thank you very much for listening to our dear sister's message to the end. I believe that you heard everything that was stated in this sister's revelation. Now, as I was listening to this sister's message, at some point I noticed that she spoke about where Christians were being judged first. Judgment will begin from the church. So if you are a Christian, you need to be careful of this. Let's look at other details that were given in the revelation concerning judgments of God's people. So if you have received salvation in the Lord, if you are a believer of God, you still should know that you will be judged. A day is coming that God is going to judge us all, whether you are a believer or not. And this is going to start from believers. Okay. So let us try to put ourselves well. Let us try to live a good life. Let us try to live a righteous life, a holy life. Let us try as much as we can, because we do not know when the judgment day is going to take place. Now, about Barack Obama's information, based on the confession he made, he claims that he's going to persecute Christians and restore back the evil acts that most people practice across the world. That is LGBT. This is lesbians and gays and all that. This is totally evil. And based on the confession, he claims he's going to restore it back. But I strongly believe that through prayers, the Lord Almighty is going to stop him. So let us seek discernment of this message, and let us continue to pray to rebuke and cast out the plans of the devil, whatever they want to do, whatever they want to restore. Let us try as much as possible through our prayers so that the Lord will be able to stop all these wicked acts. God bless you so much, and thank you.